All right, in this video, we're going to talk about processing your files, preparing them for the editors. So technically, I always say it's editing, but really you're not editing the photos. You're preparing the photos, straightening and leveling them, and then you are going to export them to a folder. You need to export DNGs to a folder, and then you're going to upload the DNG folders to Vena Photos. And then you're going to email Real Estate Photographer Pro and let us know that's taken care of. And then you're going to confirm and make sure your Cuba Casa orders have been uploaded so that they are processed for the next morning. This is our naming convention. The folder is going to be files. So it would be the total number of files, total number of photos expected, and we'll come back to this, and then the address. The name of the files going in, the DNG file going out of Lightroom into the folder is going to be the address, copyright symbol, Real Estate Photographer Pro LLC. This way, here's the logic on this. Let's say there's 300 individual files because you bracketed, and then you want 35 photos edited. So you've made your picks, you're sending them the photos, and that way the editors can check, I received 300 DNGs, and then they know there should be 35 photos coming back out of there. Also, they're going to invoice off this number. When we upload the photos to Vena, we pay for the order there, and they're using this number to calculate the price. Then we can also check and make sure the files in that folder should have the same address. So, because sometimes you can end up exporting and putting the wrong photos in the wrong folder, and then the editors can catch that. And then as a backup plan, someone can always Google this address and it should match the DNG files. So there's like a 3-step process. Usually it doesn't get that far, but if someone was curious, like, hey, I think these DNGs, the naming convention is wrong, they don't match, they can Google this. They can Google the addresses and see what the house looks like, and then they will email us back and we'll correct the situation. But it's just another way to make sure the things in the folder are actually the right DNGs. And then when the other out to the real estate agent, these are numbered in the order, and they have the street address and they have the name of the company that shot the project. So that's some of the logic behind the naming convention. So here we go. We're going to go over the Lightroom, and we've imported the project, and we're just going to go through and select. Let me turn off this highlight here. So I'm looking right here. This is where my eye is at. I'm right here. I'm just quickly looking at thumbnails. I need that photo, and that's a series. That's a series. So I'm selecting. I'm not doing an auto blend setting. And then here, you're going to see that I take too many from time to time. That's coming in the doorway. I did not need the flash shot. Here we go with the look back shot. That one, and I did a flash on that one, so we're going to grab that one. So that's a set. So I'm doing, skip all of that. I'm doing star 2. Look at that. That actually looks like a flash going off. Star 2, star 1, star 1. And I didn't worry about the window pulled there, and now I just need my flash shot. I think is that one. There we go. We got our flash shot. So now I went to the middle, so it's in the order that I shot it in. Star 2, star 1, star 1, flash shot. I took the shot, but I already know I don't need it. I just don't like the angle. I don't like the chair being there. So you can choose it now, and then you can come back to it. Oops, I didn't do a flash shot there. Okay. Just trying to make sure I get a flash shot in there. Okay, got it. Now we're going to the next series. Star 2, star 1, star 1, flash shot. Star 2, star 1, star 1. So I've got overexposed, even exposed, underexposed for window pull, and then I've got the flash shot. And editors can use that for balancing the light to make sure they got the right colors. Here we go. Overexposed, even exposed. I'm going to skip this one because I can see the window's still blown out. There's my window shot, and there is my color balance shot with the flash. Star 2, star 1, star 1, flash shot, star 1. Here we go. I'm going to just keep going real quick. So it should, if you're in sequence while you're shooting, it should be 4 photos. Star 1 is 3, window pull, excuse me, window pull is 3, and then your flash shot is 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just do star 2 on the first one, so I know it's my first shot in the sequence. Show what we're going to do here later because we're going to need it for a count. That's a safety shot. I don't need that, but it is. I'm going to take it. So it's the primary bedroom for this mobile home. Here we go. There, there, there. Flash shots a little are exposed. Then we've got, don't need that. You can see I took an extra shot there. I don't like that. Don't need it. I'm going to grab this shot here. I like that. I did the pantry, but I'm not going to turn it in. It's just a safety shot just in case she asks for it. Also, in this shot, it could have been taken horizontal and vertically. You could have done a landscape and portrait. But when you do the portrait, camera on its side, it cuts the photo in half when you put it online. So here we go. Select 1, 2, and there's my. I didn't do okay. That room had plenty of light, so I did not do a flash shot. This is a safety shot. I don't need it. And here I was trying to pick up speed, so I stopped using the flash, and the lighting was good at that end of the house. I did put a flash in there. And then in the bathrooms, I usually do, especially a large bathroom, which is the main bathroom for this, I did a look back shot to show the countertops, trying to get the countertops and the light fixtures. That's a flash shot, but it's underexposed bedroom. And there is a flash shot. There's my safety shot, just in case my first shot was bad, or in case somebody says they want it. This little tiny hallway bathroom, I just did a look back shot. I just stepped in and looked back at the counter and got it. Again, with some people, if you know or if you don't know, you want to do a vertical and a horizontal on these because some people will. There's a few agents that will insist they want the up and down shot. I know this agent, so I know what she wants. We've had a discussion here. I did patio to the right and patio to the left. Of course, I'm overshooting, so I'm doing overexposed 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. But I don't like these, whatever those are, storm cellars or storage containers here. I've got a storage building. Agent's not there. I don't know if this goes with the home. If it's an asset they're selling, it could go either way. Sometimes these are negotiated. And then I made a mistake here. I forgot to do the laundry room. So I just grabbed my camera out of the back of the car, went back in, shot the laundry room handheld. I did not do a bracket. I just did one clean shot handheld. Now I'm going to hit, I've called everything, picked everything. Now I'm going to hit star 2. I got 39 photos. It's too many. They ordered 30 photos. We don't want to deliver 39, maybe 32. 39 is going to be eat up all of our profits. So at the time we pay for travel, pay the photographer, pay the admin team, pay the editors, if we over deliver, we're losing money. So we want to be right on 30 photos. So I've got to go through and cut some photos. So let's go back in this round. So we need those front photos. I really don't need this one, so I'm just going to take it out. It'd be nice to have it, but I don't need it. I need the entrance shot, but I don't need the look back shot. It would be nice, but don't need it. Here, I could go without this shot. That's that first shot across the room. Let me take it out here. There, I need that shot. I don't like this shot. It's okay. You know, in the scheme of things, this one is the better shot right here. And I see a mistake. I didn't get the brackets on that one. So let's go look at them all here. Where's the brackets? It's right there. 2, 1, window pull, flash shot. Let's check our count. I'm down to 36. Let's cut some more. Coming around the living room. Let's go either way. Let's take this shot out. Now I've got that look back. I'm looking across the living room to the front door. Got it. I need the kitchen shot. I need that kitchen shot. I think I need this one because it connects those two rooms. I'm at about 35 photos. So, looking for something. Okay, here. One. Got one in the bedroom, one in the next bedroom. That's all we need. And I've got 2 of this bedroom. I don't need that. That's the look back shot. So here's looking into this bedroom. That's all I need. Check my count. Star 2. I'm down to 35. That's, 34. I can see it right here. So let's see if we can cut 4 more. It's good. I need that. Okay, let's cut right here. See, I got one going across the deck here. Let's just cut it down to 1. So now I'm down to 33, right? I'm down to 33. Can I cut any more? I've got to have that. And actually, I need to move it in the order. This is debatable, so I'm going to take it out. I've got it if they ask for it, but I'm not going to edit it. Enough, and I don't think I can cut any more. Let's just look at them. I got 3 at the front. I've got coming in the door. But you know what? For this house, you could get rid of that entranceway. It's really not a key shot. So let's take that out. Now we're down to 31. So we're good. That took a few minutes here. I'm going to move this one individual photo to the last in the, and just so you know, because I did not know this in the beginning, you have to be on the folder when you want to move a photo. You have to be highlighted on the folder you're working, and then you move the photo, the photo or the folder, good Lord, a group of photos. So you can grab a group, and you can move them, or you can just move one. But the key is you got to be highlighted on the photos. Now they're all in order. So now we're going to we're going to highlight them all. We've got to, actually, I'm skipping a step. You need to go through and make sure they're straight. So we're just going to go through, and I'm going to turn this off here. We're going to go through each group and make sure these are straight. So this is the last step. So we called them, we picked them, and now let's just make sure they're straight. This is good. The crop is good. It's not too far back. It's not too close, so the crop is good. That might could be better. Let's see. I've already done an auto. I think it's fine. Let's check it and see. It's a little wonky. Let's highlight them and then sync them. Okay, so that one's good. That one's good. And so you just want to go through and spot check them. If you were moving slow and being patient and doing this when you're shooting, I have a tendency to move fast and just get it done and then do a lot of leveling up when I'm in Lightroom. And you also want to do some cropping. You want to catch yourself if you've shot too wide. You want to do some cropping. So you're leveling, straightening, and cropping. Those are the three things you want to do. The editors will check for that also, but you want to deliver a file that's ready to be edited, because sometimes they can miss the straightening and they will definitely miss the cropping, because if you shoot it too wide, that one feels getting, this is awkward, come down just a little bit. I can look at that door right there, and then I'm going to come see that's good right there. This chair is awkward. Technically, somebody could say, oh, you should have moved the chair, but you got to be careful about moving furniture. You can scratch up floors. And then I need to sync that series. So those are all the same crop and all the same straight. So now you go through, you made sure everything's straight. You made sure everything's level. You've synced the photos within their group and cropped, and you made sure everything's right. You can do that in camera, which is great, but you need to check it when you're culling the photos. Now we're going to go back and we're going to grab our file name. We know we have 112 DNGs and we have 31 photos. So let's make sure they're all turned on, make sure they're all highlighted. So I've got them all highlighted, and I've got one oddball here. I've got one photo that I did not bracket in the Lightroom. So I'm going to go back, grab this. This is going to be, I think we said, let me check. That was 112. Oops. I need to, sorry, I made a mistake here. So I need just that file set. I have two sets of homes in here, so I only want the starred photos. There's actually two homes in here, so I don't want to select all. I just want this one home, this one prefab mobile home. So that's 112 photos. I've got all my star selects pulled up. Got 112 highlighted. Go right here. Here we go. Should be 112 files. And there, I think we said 32. So that's your file name. I'm going to check that. My selects 31. I cut it down to 31. So let's go here. This should be 31. So now we know we're sending the editors 112 DNGs. We're expecting 31 photos to come back to us. And I can check who's the admin person that's going to be sending this back. And they should be all related to this address. So now you create a folder on your desktop there. Go back to Lightroom. Got them all highlighted, except I made them, look here, I did a count. I need to make sure they're all highlighted now. So I've got all my star ones and my star twos grouped together in the order they should be in. And now I'm going to go export. I go right here, make sure they're going to that folder. I'm going to go right here. This is where I need the other file name. We're going to take this out. I can go back to our document. I should have grabbed it before I went in there. Let's go here. Now I need this file name here. This is the file name for the individual photo files, the DNG files. So we're going to go here, export. We're going to that folder. Make sure we've got it selected. It's on the desktop. I just want, here we go. It's going to the right folder. Then we're going to change the name to, so it's got the address and it's got the company's name. We're going to select DNG full. We're going to leave all that alone. So you've folder, file name, sequence. You're using sequence. So it's going to start with 1 and it's going to go up to 112 in this case. and then we're going to export. So I'm using an external hard drive. I load everything into Lightroom. Lightroom is running on an external hard drive, so it just keeps my computer, clean, but it is a little slower because it's having the Lightroom's having to go get all these files, convert them, and then put them into a folder that is on my desktop. And then I'm going to upload these to the editors. And then after that, we're going to receive an email that we have received, that the editors have received the photos and they're working on them. I want to check and make sure your Cubicasas have uploaded. You've got them off your phone and they're uploaded into your Cubicasa account. If you can, check your Cubicasa account. And then by this time, a few minutes later, if there's anything wrong, 30 minutes later, roughly, you should have gotten something back from the editors and say, hey, there's something. They might have a question. Very rarely happens. If you've done everything right, you've labeled your folder and you've labeled the numbers correctly with your DNGs for the total count and for the photo count, and then the folder and the files match, naming conventions match, they're going to take and edit them. And then inside the Vena photo dashboard, I'll show that to you now. So this is the part that I will need to work out how we're going to do this. So this is Vena photos. And I have a profile here. I can just give you my credentials is how that would work. You're going to go to select photo enhancements. So they can edit one photo. We usually do not use that model. We usually use the HDR bracket hand blended method. And then we go right here. You're going to need the file name again. But you actually need the folder name. So we need to grab that. That's right here. Then they're going to need the Dropbox because we've got to load them in the Dropbox. We know the count is 31. We know we want the 60-cent editing feature. We want, usually in this time of year, I don't do anything with grass unless the customer specified things. This is sky. Yes, we want sky replacement. We want TV replacement. Fireplace, I go either way. On that home, I'm just going to say no, especially in the summer. We want under 10 megabytes because that will allow the photos to be uploaded to RealTrax. If they're larger than that, they can't load them up to RealTrax, and then they're not going to be on Zillow. And then window pull, they will do different types of window pulls. We just leave the normal. Now, if I was shooting a lake house where there was a beautiful lake out there, I would do the 70% pull, but normal is good. Special instructions, I just say should be okay. I usually say boost shadows, but they have been doing a good job of that, so we'll leave that right there. If you do not have anything that does not need to be removed, you have to check that. Do not require any items to be removed. It's a requirement. You can see the star here. So now you've filled that out. By this time, your photos should be exported into the folder. Let's see what we got here. They're still coming over. We're at 90. They're coming in. So we're going to go ahead and open up our Dropbox. Go to Dropbox. This is why you may not want to work on an external hard drive. But I like it because I don't have to clean up my computer as much. For me, I'm going to go right here. I'm looking for Real Estate Photographer Pro here. Then I've got the June. We're in June, so I'm going to go right here. So as soon as these are in here, and I know I'm looking for 112 files to be imported into this folder, I'm going to pull these into Dropbox. And those will usually upload quickly because we have like a maximum corporate account with Dropbox, so we get a pretty fast upload. There we go. There we go. So I know I need 112 files. I got 112 files in the editor's notes. I'm looking for 31 photos to be edited. So I'm going to put that right in there. That's uploading. So we've culled them, we've picked them, we have prepared them, we've made sure they're straight and level, we made sure they were cropped. Then we've exported DNG images into a folder with the correct naming convention for the folder and the files. Now we're uploading to Dropbox. I guess I missed that step here. So, Dropbox, and then we can give the hyperlink to the Dropbox to Vena photos. So that should be completed now. Oh goodness, it's saying 2 minutes. Let's see. Let me know if you have any questions. So Dropbox is almost completed, and then we're going to put in Vena photos, and then we're going to be done. And then you're going to get an email that says your photos have been uploaded, which I won't go that far tonight because I don't need these photos to be edited. It's just a test. But you do get an email confirmation that they're taken care of. And if we use my account, I will get the email. And then I'll show you something they do just so they have a messaging system so we can see pending projects, completed projects, any monies, credits back and forth where we might have overpaid or underpaid that we can see right there. Transaction history, we can see that. I'm going to keep this, I've got this window open, so I'm going to keep it open. But this is what you're doing. You put it in the job, which is your folder name. They will give it their own job number, but this is our naming convention, so we can keep up with it. They have their own separate naming convention. You need the Dropbox link. You need the total count. We're doing the 60-cent HDR. No reason to work on the grass unless someone has said something. We are replacing the TV screens. Sky replacement, we do that on all of them. Fireplace, I just let if it's time of year and type of property. You know, if it had a huge, beautiful, nice fireplace and it's staged and furniture's in there, you know, it complements the story, we'll do fireplace replacement. You know, it wouldn't make sense to have a fire going in an empty house. That would not make sense. If you have any special requests, you can put those there. And then you want to be sure to check this box. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, we're done. So we're going to go back to Dropbox here. I got clicked into a folder. Let's see. There it is right there. 112. Got the photos, got everything. Grab that. Copy. Copy. Copied. Now you could check if you felt like, I'm not sure if I got the right one. You could, you know, go over here and check that way and just spot check your photos. So yeah, all you can see, it's got the address, you can see the trailer. So if you want to spot check, if maybe you were in a hurry or something, you can do one more spot check. So now you've got the file name, Dropbox link, expected number of output, 60-cent edit, TV replacement, sky replacement, no on the grass replacement, no on the fire replacement, This is very important. We need the 10 megabytes or less. If you send a high resolution raw file and they send us back a raw file, that would be we would have to do a conversion. Or if they send us back a high resolution JPEG, we can't upload them. It would be slow for Aya to work the files. It would be slow. It would be impossible to put them on the listing service. They have to be under 10 megabytes. Window pulls normal, and most of the time it's do not require any changes or items to be removed. Then you hit next, out, and you hit submit, and then you will get it. You'll get an email back that we're good to go. And actually, in this example, you're signed into my account, so I will receive the email. All right, thank you.